Are you looking to grow your business and increase your brand visibility? Become a sponsor with the Girl Talk Sports Talk podcast. Our sponsorship opportunities offer you a unique chance to connect with our dedicated fan base and community. Let us help you elevate your business name and reach new heights. Contact Melina or Mikayla today to learn more about how you can get involved and make a lasting impact. Join us and watch your business thrive.
Happy Friday. It has been a whole week since y'all have listened to us talk your ears off.
Good morning. Happy Friday. It's a little somber this week. It's been a really long, short week, Mikayla. I think that
No, it has.
I think that the history of being off on Mondays is great,
Mm-hmm.
but the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you have to cram everything into it, and it's just
Yeah.
exhausting.
Yeah. And speaking of somber, we are gonna kind of start off today's podcast in a very kind of somber mood. Because last Thursday, um, Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau were struck by a drunk driver on their eve of their sister's wedding. And then both were killed on impact. So you might be wondering, who are these people and why is it somber? Well, besides the fact that two people are now, gone from this world, Johnny had spent the last 11 years playing for the NHL. First with the Calgary Flames from 2013 to 2022, and then when he signed with the Columbus Blue Jackets in 2022, which he has played the last couple seasons with. And then Matthew played hockey in the AHL and in the ECHL, but was actually currently coaching a high school team the last couple of years. So it's a very devastating loss for the hockey community as everyone still continues to mourn and will continue to mourn throughout the year. The Flames and the Blues did both hold a vigil Wednesday night for the two of them, and some the players actually spoke and everything. So it's been a rough week for anyone who got to know these guys, but also just from the fans in general. Johnny Gaudreau was Johnny Hockey. Like, he had such a huge impact on the sport, not just as a player, but as a person. And even some players that are currently playing right now, can remember being kids, and he's the reason why they play hockey. So it's a rough one. Um, but
I
when
guess, yeah, and I'm sorry, it's loss is loss.
hmm
And when you love a sport like you do, I mean, obviously,
hmm
when the accident happened, I immediately reached out to you
yeah,
because I know that you're a hockey fan and love hockey and the sport, and I knew you would know them. And I think for me, what just um is devastating, and I think I shared a little bit with you about it, was the fact that, and we'll talk about it more later in our mental moment about grieving. I mean, this
yeah,
sister was planning her wedding.
hmm
She was planning the rest of her life. All the family was coming in town. The brothers
yeah,
were gathering to do all of this, and the amount of grief and loss that is felt by the two
yeah,
individuals, the impact in the hockey world,
hmm
in the communities that they were raised, in the
hmm
families that they were a part of,
hmm
in his sisters. I mean, and I think it makes me the saddest because there was no reason for it.
yeah,
Drunk driving, there's no excuse. And I'm not sitting up here being holier than thou. But when we keep hearing about these things, this is what should remind us that there needs to be a plan.
yeah.
Because
And
wasn't
and
his
it's
wife pregnant or one of them?
So Johnny has a wife and two kids, a 7-year-old and a 6-month-old. and Matthew and his wife were pregnant with their first baby. So now three kids have to grow up
Fatherless.
without, yeah.
Mm.
So it's definitely hard. But one thing I will say about the hockey community is um they will show up. And a GoFundMe was actually started for Matthew's wife. I want to say like the day after or the afternoon that the news kind of broke to the world, and to help cover like expenses, funeral, everything. And so like she doesn't have to worry about her kid and everything. Which yes, they were professional hockey players, but as a sole breadwinner for the family, I believe Matthew was like it's gonna be hard coming back, and then she's gonna give birth here in a couple months, so um it'll be felt with financial. So the original goal was 30,000 for the GoFundMe. I checked before we started recording and I'm really gonna cry. It's at $625,000. So they have
That's amazing.
surpassed $500,000 for this family.
That's amazing. That's amazing. It's oh, I'm about to cry.
It's rough, and especially like looking back and like watching like the vigil and everything, you can see how loved these guys were.
Well,
Um,
it just goes to show, and I think I get emotional because it's such a dark world right now. I
it
mean, no
is.
matter and to see that there's still humanity,
Yeah.
that this tragedy. I mean, a mom lost two of her sons
Hmm.
near her daughter's wedding day. A a um a wife lost their husbands. Two wives
Hmm.
lost their husbands. You know, and I'm not trying to minimize this, but even the driver, I mean, I'm assuming they survived the crash.
Yeah, and
And
that's a whole other deal that people are pissed off about.
what's
Not
up with
the not the fact that he survived. Well, probably people are pissed about that. But so basically it happened before Labor Day weekend. And so they like held court on Friday, I think, and they basically told him that his like actual hearing or his arrangement, whatever, wasn't going to be held until Thursday of this week. So yesterday. And he kind of goes like, so I'm in here all weekend, like very upset that he was in jail.
okay, so and I'm gonna go girl mode right now. You killed two people
Mm-hmm.
through a choice because
Mm-hmm.
you had a choice to drink. Okay, but then you chose to get
To
behind the
drive.
wheel.
Yeah.
So there's two choices. Right? And people laugh when I always say make good choices.
Yeah.
But now you get pulled over, or you cause devastation
Yeah.
amongst thousands of people,
Mm-hmm.
because we're talking about fans, we're talking about former players, their spouses,
Mm-hmm.
their families. We're And you're worried about that you might have to be in a couple of extra days.
Yeah.
Like, let think about that.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of, and I'm trying, I don't like to judge people. I really, really don't. I think you know me well enough to know that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, what kind of heart do you have that you're worried about an inconvenience of a couple of days after you have completely
Shattered
shattered
these
people's
lives.
lives?
Yeah.
You're still living, you're still getting fed, you still have a roof over your head, even though the taxpayer, girl, let me stop. It is too early on a Friday morning to start this and get everybody riled up. But the point of that is,
Mm-hmm.
we're going into a weekend again,
Mm-hmm.
football weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So please, guys, my only PSA, don't drink and
Is if you
drive.
can, yeah, if you're gonna drink, have a designated driver, Uber, Lyft, walk your happy
Walk.
butt. I
Ride the
don't care.
bus, do
Yeah.
what you got to do, call a friend, phone a friend, do what you got
Yeah.
to do. But this, it does make me emotional because it shows me that there is humanity left in this world, that
Yeah.
for them to have a 30,000, and I'm sure the 30,000 was to try to help offset some of the funeral expenses, as well
Mm-hmm.
as her being
Does the
off because she's going to have a baby and things like
mm-hmm.
that. And for them to get to that, my
Yeah.
hope is that they turn it into a nonprofit and
Yeah.
help fix, be part of the solutions. Not, I'm not saying don't take it and not help your families. That's what it was
Yeah.
for. But as a fan of football, I
Mm-hmm.
feel the pain when a player, especially if it's a well-known player. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, even when they get in trouble, I do. I get really vested, I guess.
Yeah.
So from one football fan to a hockey fan, I'm sorry for the loss of that because
Thank
it's
you. It does.
okay. We got to move on because we don't want to depress everybody on a Friday. It's
I do
Friday
just want
Eve.
to add though, as a touching memorial to Johnny Gaudreau, Cole Caulfield, who plays for the Montreal Canadiens, actually took to Instagram on Tuesday to announce he was changing his number from 22 to 13 in honor
Oh my
of
God,
Johnny
stop.
Gaudreau.
This is too much for a Friday morning, girl.
So it's he will continue to live on in his family, his the sport, his fans, everything. So but yeah, so on that somber note, I'm gonna add one more somber thing, not about this story, but Alex Morgan announced her retirement on Thursday. Do you know who Alex Morgan is?
I do not.
Mm. So Alex Morgan was a U.S. women's national team soccer player. She also plays for the Waves soccer team,
You
but
crack me up because I'm supposed to know this.
she like if you watch like women's soccer the last couple years, you would know her. Like trust me. But she announced her retirement, which is really upsetting for me because she was one of the reasons, like she was one of my biggest inspirations in the game. But it's a happy retirement because she's also pregnant with baby number two. So it's exciting. It's sad
Hmm.
and exciting, but she is one of the good ones.
Good, good. Well, congratulations to her and new baby and all of the things that are coming. And so, next up, Paralympic girl. What's our medal count? What are we doing with the Paralympic?
Um,
I know that I've been seeing highlights,
yeah.
um, highlight reels and things like that. It just inspires me. It does. It's like when you're having a bad day, and I've had a bad few
Hmm.
days for a bad few weeks. And things like that, when I see that, I'm like, you know what? We're blessed. We're lucky. We're great. We should be grateful. We're not having to do things that these people are over the top amazing with perseverance and determination. Um, but China's kicking butt with the medal count.
China is kicking butt. They are at 166 total medals. And then Great Britain is behind them with 84, and the United States comes in third place with 77.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But then also, I think I sent it to you.
Hmm.
Was there a
Oh, this
proposal?
there was the City of Love strikes again, man. Like the having the Olympics and the Paralympics in Paris was clearly a ploy for like the romance culture. So the Paralympic archer Tracy Otto and her partner Rick on got engaged at the Eiffel Tower following Tracy's competition. So it was very,
Wow.
very cute. It's not the only proposal, it's just the only one that has kind of made it across my phone consistently.
Right, right. No, I
Um,
get it. I get it.
but yeah, so it's exciting. Love is in the air. City of Love, Paris, great choice.
Love it. And then are the Paralympics coming to LA like the Olympics? Do we know?
I want to say yes because like I said, I think they
Kind of follow the
follow,
same.
yeah, the same city because they make everything like they built the structures and it is. They built the structures and the venue and the arena and all of that. So I honestly like it makes sense for them to go back to back.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say we need to take a message from one of our sponsors.
Oh, yes. If you know of a female athlete going into their senior year of high school and would like to see them be recognized for all of their hard work as an athlete, on Girl Talk Sports Talk, please email girltalksportstalk@gmail.com and send us the information and we will reach out to you. Okay, this next portion, we are so excited. We have another high school athlete in the house. Um, Her name is Logan Farrell. She is a senior at King High School. She plays varsity volleyball and is a captain for the team. She's president of TOKC and student council. She's also a member of the National Honor Society. She's currently ranked #1 in her class. And along with school and club, she has a part-time job as a hostess at Bellino's restaurant. So welcome, Logan.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, Logan. Welcome.
#1.
How many are in the class?
337.
I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't like she's above my pay level, grade, brain at my age. Like #1. #1.
That's crazy. So that means when you graduate, you will be the valedictorian.
Yes, yes.
So you have your
Oh.
speech planned out?
No, not at all. Just procrastinating on that.
What's your favorite subject?
I like math and science a lot.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I'm so bad at all of that. Yeah.
My two worst subjects.
Yeah,
Real quick.
yeah, but that's why she's #1. That's why
That's
she's
true.
#1.
That
This
is why
is
she
why
was
she's
#1 and I was
#1.
not.
Yeah, exactly. Girl, I was nowhere near the top. Yeah.
Real quick, what is TOKC?
TOKC is Triumph over Kid Cancer. And
So
so we
what
have
is
like a
that?
monthly meeting, and basically we just discuss like pediatric cancer and just like spreading awareness about it. And then sometimes we also go up to the hospital and we'll volunteer, hang out with some kids, do some little arts and crafts with them. It's super fun. I really enjoy it.
So
That's
what got you
crazy.
involved in that?
Well, my volleyball coach, she just became the advisor and she was just like, Logan, you're gonna be president. You're doing it. And I was
So
like,
you were
okay.
voluntold.
Yes, but I do really enjoy it and I'm really glad I get to be a part of it.
Well, that's good. That's cool. Especially someone of your age. It's not really a
Yeah.
thing
Mhm.
to spend your time that way. So that's so stinking cool.
Thank
Well,
you.
I think it says a lot about your character and your selflessness, because I mean, if you have you been affected by cancer in your family as far as children or anything?
Not children, but my mom had cancer a few years ago.
Aw.
Okay. Okay. And so is that when you kind of got into it and decided?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So you play varsity volleyball.
Yes.
You're captain of the team. You've played all 4 years. Yes.
Well, my freshman year, I was at Ray, and so I was playing on like their freshman team or something. Like,
Yep.
I wasn't taking it that seriously then, but once I transferred to King, I started taking it really seriously, and I made varsity my sophomore year, and then I've been on varsity since.
That's awesome. Is volleyball the only sport you play?
Yeah, I did play a bunch of sports when I was little. Like my mom like threw me into soccer and basketball, tennis, everything. But volleyball was just like that one sport that really stuck with me.
That's stuck. Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah.
Nice. So, okay, siblings. You got siblings?
I do. I have a younger brother. We actually have a class together. We're taking AP Human Geology or AP Human Geography together. It's really weird.
I was say, is it weird taking a class with your brother?
Yeah.
How many years apart are y'all?
3. He's a freshman right now.
Oh, oh, that's a lot.
So
That's a
he
lot.
probably gets, I'm Logan's like little brother.
Oh,
Or are you
yeah.
Logan's
Yeah.
little brother?
I heard about during his little summer workouts, some of the coaches, they'd be like, oh yeah, we're calling your brother Lil Logan.
Poor
Oh,
guy. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
shout out to your little brother. But obviously, mom and dad are doing good jobs with y'all if y'all both are in AP classes and
Yeah.
all of the things, because a lot of teenagers wouldn't take that, especially two in the same household.
Oh yeah.
So,
That's fun.
okay, so me and Mikayla have 8 questions always, and we each ask 2, so you get a total of 4 questions. So, Mikayla, what's who's going first, me or you?
It does not matter.
I'll let you go first.
Okay.
Age before beauty, my friend.
Then technically, wouldn't it be you?
No, you're younger.
Okay, so volleyball is the one that kind of stuck for you. Is there a reason? Like, did you just kind of figure out like, oh, I really like this sport, or did something happen? You're like, okay, like this is my sport.
I mean, it was something I was definitely thrown into again by my mom. She just wanted me to try everything. But I
Gotta
just
love
started
moms.
like really, really loving it. There was one game my sophomore year that just like changed the way I view volleyball. It was our GP game, and it was to go into the playoffs, and we made it fifth set, and we lost 13-15.
Oh
And that just like
no.
from that game, like my competitiveness and just like everything has just grown so much. Like my fire and energy and just love for the sport has grown so much since that game.
That's crazy. Honestly, sometimes like a loss will do that to you. Like it'll make you work like 10 times harder.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it did.
And for those that don't know what GP is, it's Gregory Portland. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Portland's way over there, man. It's, it's not us.
Yeah.
It's not that far.
They're not like us. They're not like us. They're not like us. Okay. My question, my turn. What's your favorite sports movie and why?
Okay, so I am not like a big TV person or movie watcher at all, but I did see the movie Challengers recently, and I thought that was good. I mean,
The tennis movie, right?
yeah, the tennis movie. I mean,
Yeah.
Zendaya was in it, so
Exactly.
I haven't even heard of that one.
You haven't heard of it?
really,
Mm-mm.
it's
It
been
was
really
like
big.
yeah.
Is it based on a true story?
I don't think so. Maybe
No.
No.
Fiction? Okay.
We're gonna Google that real quick.
Who stars in it? Any people I would know? The name?
Zendaya.
Who?
Zendaya. It's not based on a true story.
Okay. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, your turn.
What is one thing on game day that you have to do? Like, do you have any sort of like superstition?
So I have I mean, I wouldn't say it's like a weird thing, but before every game, my teammates and we go into the locker room and we just dance it out. We put on really loud music and we just start
And then
dancing.
just hype it out, yeah.
Crazy.
No, I get that.
I think
That's
that helps us like get more hype and get ready for the game.
oh
too.
yeah, 100%.
So when you're hyping, this is in addition to that question. When you're hyping, what kind of who's your hype music?
I don't know. My teammate Miranda Sosa, she just puts on her playlist.
And it just goes.
Great playlist. It's so good. I don't even know what's on it. Like that's not even the kind of music I listen to really like at all. But when she puts that stuff on, like we just start jumping around and going crazy.
I feel like that's the best way to have hype music though, like for a game, like something that you don't listen to on a daily. Because like I feel like if you listen to it on a daily, you can be like, oh, like not this
It's
again.
just
But
same
like when
thing
it's
over and over again. Yeah.
but when it's a game day, it's like, yeah, like this is game day. Like let's go.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question, Logan.
Yes.
What are your plans after high school?
So my goal is, or my dream school is Baylor University.
Okay.
And I would like to go study nursing there and become a pediatric oncologist in nursing.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah,
That's
but
cool.
I'd also like to go to A&M, College Station, because that's where my best friend Emma is going. So, or she's there right now, and so like I just want to
So
be
like
with
you
her.
just like want to
You're like,
yeah.
Yes. Well, those are 2 really good choices, and I'm
They
assuming
are.
being in the top 10% at number 1, you
She
pretty
probably
much
has
have
a
your
pretty good, yeah.
choice of which
Pick of the
one you're
litter,
going to
yeah.
go to. So those are your two decision-making ones, and will you play sports there, or will you just go for academics?
Definitely mainly focus on my academics, but I would like to do some intramural sports.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
Very
that'd be
nice.
fun.
And one more?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If you could tell your younger self one thing, what would it be?
I would tell my younger self to be more fearless, but also not to be so hard on myself. Like I was so tough on myself when it came to volleyball when I was younger. It was just, yeah, too much pressure on myself. But I feel like also that pressure helped me grow into the player I am today.
Well, it builds your character and your habits and discipline and motivation and things like that. So that's definitely good quality traits that you can carry over from sports to academics and vice versa. So I love that. I love that.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna give you a bonus question because I do like this one. I always like this one.
Okay.
If you could talk to any sports legend, past or present, who would it be and why?
Okay,
Any
number
sports
one,
legend.
I just don't watch TV and I don't watch sports because I'd rather be on the court playing the sport, you know?
So you
So
don't
I'm not
watch
like
any kind of
That's a pretty good
sports like
answer.
nothing. No, I don't watch any sports. So I'm not like familiar with a lot of names, but I remember last season I had a friend who was like so obsessed with UT. Well, he still is. He goes to UT now. And
Hey.
he was always talking about Logan Eggleston, I think was her name. And like I kept seeing videos about her like on TikTok and Instagram and stuff. So I think I would love to talk to her because what I've like seen, she's just an amazing athlete and probably one of the best.
nice. I
That's
like
very
that though.
cool.
I like the fact that you say, you know what? I just play the sport. I don't keep up with everybody else.
Yeah.
I just that's kind of cool. I mean, I think that says a lot about your character and who you are in that I don't have time to focus on all that. I mean, I love sports. Obviously, we talk sports and all of the things, but I think it's great that you're like, no, I want to focus on mine. That's an
Yeah.
awesome trait.
I like focusing on my game, not other people's game.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, yeah.
We're gonna have to come up with that, Mikayla. We need to do our own game. We just need to worry about our own game, girl.
But it's so much fun watching other athletes when I can't play.
I know. Exactly.
I'm sure
Well,
once I'm done with volleyball, I'll go and
You'll like
watch.
actually like deep dive, yeah.
Yeah.
do you do sand volleyball too, or just regular? I mean, obviously it's the same. I get it, but I'm sure it's obviously I know it's harder to do sand volleyball than regular volleyball.
I've been saying for like the past few years that I want to do beach volleyball, and it just never happens because my summers are so crazy with workouts and work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you on a volleyball select team?
Um, I played for Prime this last season. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Very
But
nice.
this season I'm not doing club.
Okay. You got too much on your plate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Way too much. Way too much.
For senior year.
Yeah,
Well,
but
Logan, I
also
want to thank you for coming on and talking to us.
Yes, thank
I think
you.
you're
of
doing
course.
amazing things. I can't wait to just, I like both your school choices. Obviously, they're Texas schools. But I admire your strength and your courage as a senior. And I think it's pretty, you need to be proud of yourself for being number one out of the class. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a big deal. That's bragging
that's a
rights.
huge accomplishment.
Girl, nobody would
Thank
be
you.
able to tell me nothing if I was number one. I'd be like, I'm sorry, what? No, no, I'm gonna be nice, but no, we can't talk about that or this. So
Thank you.
Yeah, and again, thank you so much for hopping on and speaking with us for a little bit,
Thank you for
Logan.
inviting me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
of
yes,
course.
yes. And when
Um,
you so Sine is one of our previous
Oh yeah.
athletes, and when she decides where she's going, she is going to come on the podcast to tell us. So when you decide where you're going to go, you let us know so that we can bring you
I
back
definitely
on.
will. Yeah, I will.
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank you.
Yeah.
And good luck with your senior year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend.
You too. Bye
All
bye.
righty.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank y'all. Bye.
All right, thank you again so much, Logan, for joining us. As always, if you have a female athlete that you want to hear us interview and kind of talk to and pick the brains a bit, please make sure to email us at girltalksportstalk@gmail.com. We are looking to promote our female athletes as much as possible, especially our senior ones who are just so cool.
Girl bosses every day.
Exactly. Um, so what's going on this weekend, Melina?
Okay, girl. You know what? It has been such a week. So yesterday was State of the City.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to give a shout out. I know a lot of people, we're going to talk girl talk for a minute. I know a lot of people complain about Corpus Christi. I know that Corpus Christi is far from perfect, the politics, the everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that the chamber and the city come together and put this thing together and inform everybody, we have a really cool city, guys. We really, really do. We really, really do. So as far as events, yes,
Mm-hmm.
I went to the State of the City, and then the Instituto last night had a fashion show.
Ooh.
Um, and it got rained out. They did perform some. We did have some performances. We were able, but the rain, we couldn't hold it off too long. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, yeah, it kind of stunk. But this weekend, tonight, Casa is hosting their Butterfly Effect at one of, I can't remember the name of the location.
What is the butterfly effect?
Say that again.
What is the butterfly effect?
The butterfly effect.
Butterfly effect.
The butterfly effect is companies helping raise funds for and tying in with CASA to show the growth and like the partnership and things like that. So I'm super
Mhm.
excited about that. That's happening tonight. Art Walk is happening tonight
Mhm.
downtown. Then we're also doing me personally, I'll tell you
Mhm.
before I tell you what else is going on in the town. Me personally, girl, what is this weekend? Besides college football, what is this weekend? Do you know what this weekend is?
Isn't the start of regular season for NFL?
Yes.
Okay,
And
I
you
was
can
like,
see
is that
the
it?
smile. You can see all my teeth because it makes me so happy. So the Cowboys kick off on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Against Cleveland. So you remember the discussion at the beginning of the season. This first game is gonna be really
Mm-hmm.
hard for me, but I will ride with my Cowboys because I bleed blue and gray. The other thing is college football. My Sooners will
Mm-hmm.
be playing on Saturday.
How did they do, by the way, last week?
Really? You
Because guess
really?
how guess how well my Longhorns did.
Yeah, they won.
Yeah, by how much?
I don't even know. Don't care.
52-0.
I knew you would know. But one of the things is we are ranked number 15 and number
Uh-huh.
15 is my lucky number. And so I have this
So you have
belief
this feeling that they're
that we're
actually
going to
gonna win.
win because we're playing University of Houston, although they're really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to go over real quick where are the Longhorns? Do you know what ranks they are without
I
looking?
Number 4.
Number 3, they moved up.
Ah, oh,
They
look at
moved
that.
up,
And
but they're
we play Michigan this weekend in Michigan.
in
I was like,
Michigan. Go
oh.
blue, go blue, go blue. Melina will be wearing blue.
Ugh.
But what's bigger than that this weekend for me is tomorrow, Saturday, I will become a grandma I celebrate my 11-year grandma anniversary. My oldest granddaughter Kimber turns 11. And
Shut
so
up.
I am heading to Dallas for the weekend.
Oh,
I
that'll be
need some
fun.
I need some R&R and some baby girl time.
Yeah.
Uh, Being a grandma, I know you're not a mom yet, and there's going to be a day where you're blessed with all of that and graced with all of that. But I know you'd be like, no. But being a grandma is like the coolest thing ever. I'm not even lying. I love my babies, my kids, but I love my grandkids probably a little more than I love my kids. I don't have a problem admitting that.
I think all mom, like all grandma, like if you're a grandma, you love your grandkids more than you love your kids.
Yeah, so Kimber, my oldest, turns 11 this weekend, and
That's
so
crazy.
I know I've been a grandma for 11 years, so it's her birthday. It's
Mm-hmm.
my daughter's birth in quotes day, and it's my grandma birthday. So
Look at you.
I know. So that's what I'm doing in Dallas. I'm going to Dallas, but there is a home and garden show, I believe. It's
Oh, it's my favorite thing. And
really,
that's how much of a nerd I am.
you're my nerd, and I will keep you. You are my
Yeah,
nerd.
I love the
You like
home and
the,
garden
oh my
show.
gosh, I remember as a kid, Mikayla, having to be drugged to those things. And it was like
I
torture. Like, what are we doing looking at all this dirt and plants and seeds and garden stuff and hose and I don't mean the kind of hose on leopard. I'm talking like back hose and all those kind of stuff. It's just
yeah.
not fun to me.
To me, it's a blast. But I
Okay,
also
so I
wanna
challenge you this weekend to go, and I want to see a
I'm gonna
TikTok
try
on it.
to.
I
I'm
want some
gonna try to.
research. I want some research on it.
Because well, one, I love gardening. So I love that. But also I want to design my own home one day. It's gonna happen eventually when I marry rich. That is how it's gonna happen. Because personally, I don't think I myself will be able to build my dream home. Um, but
Big
so
one of those little tiny homes, the little tiny homes that they have
literally.
nowadays that are like 40,000.
No, exactly. So that's my like dream. Like I love playing The Sims because I can design my own home and I have a whole bunch of cheat codes so I have like millions of dollars in simoleons just to build my own dream home.
Oh my gosh.
Um, but yeah, no, that's happening this weekend. It starts today, 2 to 6, Saturday and Sunday. And the best part about it is free.
No, that you said it wrong. It's free 99. You
No,
remember,
you're right. You're right. It's free 99.
it's free 99. And you know, back in the day they used to charge. I don't know if they still
Yeah.
do. Um,
Uh, yeah, no, they used to charge, and parking is even free too, which is great because parking at the American Bank Center is
it's
rough.
expensive. Like
Yeah,
to go, yeah.
no, it
Like
is. It's crazy. I went to Parker McCullum, love, best concert ever. But it was $15 to park, and I was like, what?
oh my gosh.
Uh, but yeah, so the Corpus Christi Home and Garden Show is this weekend starting today. It is free 99. Um, due to
Free 99. Are you out of your mind?
Courtesy of the Republic of Texas Concrete and Coatings. We are not sponsored by them, but clearly we should be because they were able to make the home and garden show free for everybody. Um, but yeah.
They must be doing really good if they can do that.
hmm
Hang on one second. I'm having trouble hearing you for some reason.
It's technical difficulties as per usual because
I
Melina doesn't have an
know, I
iPhone.
know, I know, I know. One thing I did want to say, and I know that we talk about it and we have sponsor ad for it, is voting. So if you're listening and you know a local candidate, female, because we're all about girl power here. We're about girl talk and sports talk. We don't care what side of the fence they're on. We are women supporting women. So if you know of somebody who is running for a local city, county, school board position and would like to have their
30-second moment of fame on her. our podcast.
Yeah, they're 30. It might be about 10 seconds with us. You know what I mean? But I would love to give people the platform because I admire people. I try to do my part in the community, but I admire people that take that leap of faith and step up and say, okay, I'm going to put my name in front of 300,000 people to
Mm-hmm.
decide if I'm worthy enough to
Mm-hmm.
you got to have some thick,
Skin.
untapped skin. Like you have
Mm-hmm.
to know that you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I truly believe in the power of community in that if all the women would focus on their strengths and work together, we would have a badass community. I'm just going to say that.
We would. Um, but also I can't believe I freaking forgot this. It's September, so you know what comes back this month?
What comes back this month?
Hockey.
When? How many days?
So rookies start camp next week. They go for a week, and then typically about a week after rookie camp starts, the veterans come, and then preseason starts the last week of September.
Oh,
Yeah, I completely forgot about that because I couldn't mention it at the last podcast because the last podcast it was still August, but now it's September and hockey's back, baby.
that yeah, hockey. And me and you're gonna have we're gonna have a date night. We're having to have a girls' date night. Okay. So I want to talk about our mental health moment. Remember, we were supposed to be talking about a mental health moment.
Yep. What's on mental health moment?
So it goes along the lines of home and garden and mental health and it being a garden in bloom. So one of the things when we're gardening, right, is that we have to look at that as a way to what helps a garden grow. Water,
Mm-hmm.
right? Get it being hydrated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being properly soiled. Sunlight, vitamin D. And anytime I
Mm-hmm.
go to the beach, I'm always, but when you're out gardening, a lot of people love that. I have a lot of girlfriends that the only
I
reason they
love it.
garden is because they want to be out in the sun and in the dirt. I mean, that's really why and they love to see
We're
the
really just
fruit,
kids wanting to play in dirt.
yeah, fruits of their labor come to but just like, every garden needs sunshine and water, our mental health thrives on the basics of
Mm-hmm.
sleep, nutrition, water, and sunlight. That's why a lot of times
Mm-hmm.
people, when people talk about and when people talk about, well, they were just really depressed, and if their home is really dark or there's no sunlight or no kind of activity, it can get you in a funk.
Oh
It
yeah.
can. And so when someone's dealing with mental health issues, they need to go back to the basics of what you build in a garden. Are you watering it enough? Are you getting are you getting the proper sunlight? Are
Yeah.
you getting the proper dirt? Are you meaning feeding or you know what I mean? Like all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And people, it's so important to mental health. Mental health is so important. It's just with the way that the world is working right now, you can tell people are stressed out to the max.
Yes.
Financially, and we're not even going to talk politics about it, but everybody's busting at the seams, right? They're everybody,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's gas or oh girl, groceries. The other day,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you, I found cereal for $1.99 a box, and it was the name brand Kellogg's. Walgreens
Oh,
this week is having a sale on cereal. I bought 3 boxes of that stuff, girl. You better believe I was finally eating cereal again because it's a little
it's
affordable now.
expensive.
Right now, it's so bad. It's been so bad. Like that's a treat. But yeah, and then just planting seeds of positivity. Again, going back to gardening, who you choose to surround yourself with, who you choose to listen to,
Mm-hmm.
what music you choose to listen to, podcast, TV, all of that. If you're
It's a
around
huge, yeah.
negativity, it's a huge game changer. positivity. And people say, I don't know how you can be so happy all the time. Okay, because y'all really don't want to see me sad all the time and
Mm-hmm.
angry. You know what I mean? So, and then embracing seasons, just being able to say that it's a low point. Maybe it's raining a lot in your life, right? And so all the vegetables and everything's kind of fading out and being underwater. And then once it kind of dries up and then everything starts to heal again, just embracing those seasons and knowing that it's going to be everything usually works itself out, but focusing on your mental health is the best way to identify that.
100%. I like that metaphor, and it's very accurate. I know I personally when I look for houses to rent or anything, I want to go see them like smack dab in the middle of the day because I want to see how great the sunlight is in the house.
Mm.
So,
I've never thought of it like that.
I want to see how bright can this house get without me turning on a single light.
That's an
And
awesome idea. I've never
mm-hmm,
even considered that, like, ever.
yep. And so
That's
far, it's been pretty good.
It works out for you. And
Yep.
the other part of that is you're supposed to fertilize your gardens. And so
Mm-hmm.
having that secret fertilizer, whether it's extra or that extra watering schedule or that extra the fertilizer, the mental, is it going to get a pedicure? Is it going to get your eyebrows waxed? Is it going to get a 20-minute massage
Mm-hmm.
or going to yoga? Finding what feeds your soul, what really grows you, and then stopping to smell the flowers. If you
Mm-hmm.
go through a whole day with no issues, enjoy that moment because probably tomorrow you're going to have an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I got a new card last Friday after our
Mm-hmm.
podcast. I went to the bank, got a new card because I knew I needed it.
Mm-hmm.
All weekend the card didn't work because they did not set it up correctly.
And
And
it
the
was
bank was
Labor
closed
Day
on
weekend.
Monday. Yes. You talk about, and you know what? Here was the deal. I had to probably just tell myself, Melina, there's nothing you can do about it. There's
Yeah.
absolutely, obviously I knew that if I was hungry or if I needed something, like truly needed something, I could call somebody and get help.
Yeah.
But it was just an inconvenience. And it was like, okay,
Yeah.
smell the flowers, you're good. Like you're fine. You're gonna be okay. So well, that's all I got.
That's all I got as well. So as always, if you like this episode, make sure you give it a rating on Spotify and on YouTube. Make sure you
Girl, we're
thumbs
on
up that
YouTube.
video.
Girl, we are on YouTube. One day we're gonna be on TikTok. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna
Slowly
be
but surely.
doing the running man and the robot and the everything else. But yes, if you're out there and there's a topic you want to hear us talk about, we are about keeping it real, keeping it authentic. Of course, like Mikayla said, share it, like it, hit us up, share, put it on our Facebook, put it on your Facebook. We want to empower girls. We want to empower women to be leaders that we know they can be. So this is
Exactly.
Melina.
This is Mikayla. Remember, sports are for girls too.
Are you 18 and over? Are you registered to vote? If you're not, the general election takes place on November 5th, 2024. The last day to register is October 7th. Please find out more information to make your voice heard at www.votetexas.gov.